time. Come on!
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event of the evening. And it's set for one fall. And it is for the IPW World Heavyweight Championship. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this match is a dog collar match, in which means each participant will be chained by a 15-foot chain with a dog collar strapped around their neck. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? I said, IPW fans, are you ready? Introducing first, to my right, the challenger, weighing in at 230 pounds, hailing from Cincinnati, Ohio, Jon Moxley! And introducing the current IPW World Heavyweight Champion, coming in tonight, weighing in at 210 pounds, from Indianapolis, Indiana, by the way of the Rage Dojo, the Psycho Shooter, Drake Younger!
And here we go, fans. This is for all the marbles, so to speak. That IPW Heavyweight Championship. Everything that anybody ever, gave to IPW is in honor of that belt. The countless liters of blood that have been spilt, the injuries, the heartache, everything that has been put into IPW has been put in to honor that belt. And Drake Younger loves and covets that belt more than nobody else, more than anybody else. Drake Younger, the top put out of the Rage Dojo, a world-traveled superstar at this point in time. Also, the CZW Heavyweight Champion. We're set for a dog collar match, one of the most vicious matches in wrestling history. Many might remember Greg the Hammer Valentine with Roddy Piper in a dog collar match. This match has started off early. Drake Younger with a takedown and a flurry of punches, and now Moxley with the punches. And here we just got an exchange as both men are just jockeying. Moxley trying to block those blows. So Drake's gonna throw some headbutts in. This has been one of the most intense feuds in IPW over the last few months, as these two have tore into each other on numerous occasions for that IPW heavyweight title. Moxley almost made a mistake because he stepped over that chain. That chain easily could have got whipped through his crotch. Oh! And Drake's gonna take that chain across the back like a whip to Jon Moxley. And Moxley may be thinking that dog collar is not where he wants to be. Oh, what a flying burrito. Back elbow. A headbutt to the midsection, driving the air out. And there we see that dog collar come into play for the first time as Jon Moxley uses it to snap Drake Younger right back down to the canvas. A hard blow there. Moxley might have broke his knuckle there as you saw him shaking his hand out. And again, it's only a matter of time before we see that chain play a bigger role in this matchup. And you can see the referee knows there's nothing he can do in this no disqualification contest. He can't force Moxley to break the choke. He's got to let these two settle it. Oh. And a hard chop. Moxley wisely moving that chain out of the way. Probably wouldn't have felt too good on his hand, huh? Over the top. And that might not be such a good idea for Moxley either. And we see that it wasn't as Moxley goes over the top as well. They're in no man's land. Literally pulled over the top rope there by the chain. Hard chop from Drake Younger on the outside. Drake Younger Drake Younger, Jon Moxley, no stranger to a good Pier 6 brawl. Well, as unpredictable as it is to be on the outside, you have no clue what to expect when you got that chain wrapped around your neck there with those dog collars. It's going to make the outside that much more dangerous, that much more deadly as Drake Younger calls for a chair.
It's about to get real ugly really fast.
Oh! Drake Younger going for that body slam. We've seen Drake Younger fall victim to that, and that's where his battles with the likes of Necro Butcher and Toby Klein are going to come into play. As Drake Younger, much more accustomed to this hardcore environment that they find themselves in with that chain. Yeah, Drake Younger showing his excitement there. He's got that chain in across the mouth of Jon Moxley, digging into his lips and his, the inside of his mouth there. You can see that Drake Younger feels comfortable in this environment. He feels comfortable in the unpredictability of a hardcore environment. The CZW World Heavyweight Champion, the IPW World Heavyweight Champion, the Tournament of Death 7 Champion, the Tournament of Death 6 Champion, is that right?
That is right.
All right, Tournament of Death 6 Champion Drake Younger is right at home in this kind of environment. I can't see what's going on. Drake Younger's pulling Moxley up off the floor. Where's he taking him? He's hitting him right above the eye with that chain. He's opened his eyebrow up there. And now he's hitting him in the top of that forehead. Drake Younger wisely using that chain in the eyebrow area of Jon Moxley. It's an easy to open up part of the face. And he's going to spread that wound wide around the eye socket. And the natural flow of the body's face is going to encourage blood flow right into the eye of Jon Moxley. Again with that chain. Oh, Moxley with an elbow. Moxley already a bloody mess. And Moxley fighting for dear life here, as so far he has not been on the winning end of these exchanges. You can see Moxley trying to jockey around that chain as it's getting in the way. Drake Younger showing some innovation there. He's got that chain wrapped around the face of Moxley as he's got the legs, the legs crossed there. And that chain could tear the face and mouth of Moxley right open. Drake Younger using the chain to tie across Moxley's legs there, creating pressure across his throat. Drake Younger sends him into the corner. But Moxley using that chain to his advantage as Drake Younger takes a mush full of turnbuckle. And Moxley's just got blood pouring down his face. As you can see, it's just bunching up around that eye, and that's going to affect Moxley's ability to perform in this matchup. Hard suplex, drops him down across the top of his shoulders, and a kick out, and Moxley throwing a haymaker. Moxley's wrapping that chain around his fist. Shot right to Drake Younger,
busted wide open.
who's busted wide open, as David Suave just pointed out. Both men now bleeding profusely as Moxley digs that chain into the cut of Drake Younger. Is Moxley using the middle of that chain there to open up the gash in Drake Younger's face. I can't see where it's coming from. It looks like the top of his forehead. And Drake Younger has a gusher. Drake Younger able to get those arms over the ropes smartly there. But Moxley's going to gut his hands, looks like, under the nostrils of Drake Younger. Well, luckily Drake Younger was able to keep his throat protected as that chair driven across his back. Now Drake Younger in a world of hurt as the forearm right to his lower back from Moxley. Moxley trying to take away some of that strength. And Drake Younger's a bloody mess. Moxley's a bloody mess. Camel clutch from Jon Moxley here, and he's got it seated deep. Shades of the Iron Sheik. Hell, Shades of the Sheik, who'd be much more accustomed to this kind of matchup. As Drake Younger trying to fight up, drives him into the corner, pushing the air out of his lungs. Nicely done. Oh, and that chain comes into play, limiting Younger. And again, that blood loss there may be playing a part, as Drake Younger didn't look like he was at full alertness there. Moxley comes up the top, drives his boot into the chest, and now it's choked. And there's nothing the referee can do about it. And the blood's flowing everywhere here. Moxley with some well-measured shots to the jaw there, to the weary Drake Younger. As Moxley laying in those forearms hard across the shoulders. Maybe even hitting him in the base of the neck some. And Moxley has had Drake Younger scouted in this match well. Drake Younger trying to fight up though. Nice chop. Looks like he might have caught some of the chain with his finger. Hard into that turnbuckle. 1, 2, and a kick out as Drake Younger's not ready to call it a day. Moxley up to the middle rope here. Oh, drives that foot into the chest. Moxley being very slow and deliberate here. Oh, slap from Younger, but Moxley right back with a fist or a forearm. Couldn't quite tell what part connected.
You can tell they're both woozy from the blood loss.
Both of these men already lost quite a bit of blood, as Dayton Suave pointed out. Moxley just covered in blood. You don't know if it's his or Drake's. Drake covered in blood. I don't even think it matters at this point. Figure 4 leg lock from Jon Moxley right in the center of the ring. Drake refusing to give in though. And see, when you put a move like the figure 4 in, you're also increasing that blood flow to his head there as the pressure mounts up, as the panic starts to hit. And the more blood pressure he's got going to his head, the more blood he's going to bleed out. The more weary he's going to get, the more woozy. Drake Younger turns it over. Drake Younger is to the ropes now as Moxley tried to roll it back over. But Drake Younger is a bloody mess, wearing the proverbial crimson mask. Moxley stalking Younger. A hard forearm to the back. And a sleeper hold. Not where you want to be when you got a bleeding wound on your face.
Yeah. Jon Moxley in a dog collar match using a sleeper hold, much like Roddy Piper.
Very true, and if you're going to study up on a dog collar match, that's the one you want to study on. Now, what you don't know here, what you might not think of anyway, is when that, when you try to cut off the blood flow to the brain like that, the body's going to try and send more blood and more oxygen up to it, which is only going to create more bleeding problems for Drake Younger, as they both connect at the head and both men are down. Drake Younger trying to get the fans behind him.
Moxley avoids the power slam. Big power slam of his own.
Moxley climbing those ropes.
It's the third time I believe Moxley's gone to the middle rope this match.
Wisely avoiding the top rope with that chain. Younger saw that coming a mile away.
Moxley catches a jaw full of boot.
Drake Younger's feeling it, getting that second win now. And he lights Moxley up with some punches, wraps that chain around his neck. Just yanking him across the ring now. Uses that chain in the clothesline. Again. Yeah. Drake Younger asking for that crowd. Oh, and Moxley hung over that top rope. You can see that dog collar there as it's cutting off that windpipe. Moxley trying to get his finger in to create a little room for air. And he's turning purple. And Drake Younger's not going to let it happen. Moxley could die. And Younger finally lets go. Maybe a little bit of humanity poking through in this disgusting brawl that we're seeing. Younger's a bloody mess. Younger looking for some chairs here. As he drives that chair into Moxley. Oh, just crushing that windpipe there as he drives the chair with Moxley's throat on it into the concrete there. The action goes back into the ring. Drake Younger setting something up with these chairs.
He's got two set up now.
Creating a little bit of a bed, it looks like. Let's see what Drake Younger has in mind.
Got a third chair.
And a bed is exactly what he creates. Oh, and he's headbutting that chain into the face of Moxley. That's going to have an effect on Drake Younger as well. Drake Younger, is he going to smash Moxley face first through all those chairs? That's what it looks like, Marvelous Mark Hyatt.
Drake Younger climbing up. He's going all the way to the top. Moxley back up.
Oh, and Drake Younger through the chairs. That could be it. If Moxley will capitalize and go for the pinfall, that could be it. We could have a new World Heavyweight Champion here in IPW. Moxley finally getting in for that pin. And a kick out by Drake Younger.
And Moxley can't believe it as he's stalking Drake Younger.
I almost thought we were going to have a new World Champion. Dayton Suave.
It was close.
And Moxley's got that chain all wrapped around the face of Drake Younger and raking back on it.
Really wrenching back on that neck. You know, you tweak that neck in the wrong position. I don't know if you've ever woke up after sleeping wrong, but you tweak that neck in the wrong position and you're going to be in all kinds of trouble as far as moving your head. Moxley obsessed with that belt. If you've watched his promos online, he wants some of that love and adoration that Drake Younger gets from these fans, and he thinks that belt is the way to do it. Oh, nice. Nice suplex.
Exploder suplex there from Drake Younger.
Under the legs. Got him in a pump handle. The Drake and Bake. Oh, and he lands it.
That has to be it.
Oh, Drake had that chain caught up on his foot. And Drake Younger not able to put away Moxley, even though he nailed that Drake and Bake right on there. Right on its mark.
Moxley looks like he's going for a
Crossface chicken wing. Shades of Bob Backlund. He gives up the chicken wing. Drake Younger fighting out of the crossface now. The Moxicity. And this is it, ladies and gentlemen. New World. No! Drake Younger able to kick out. Somehow, Drake Younger able to stay alive in this contest. Moxley is pissed. Moxley got a chair now. As he drops it across the back of Drake Younger. Oh, and he nails him at the end of the chair, driving the ridges of that chair into his back and his kidneys. Drake Younger still alive.
Drake's trying to get to his feet as Moxley wraps that,
Oh, and he smacks that chain across him.
flogging him with that steel chain. And now he's got that chain across the throat.
1, 2, and a kick out. Drake Younger hanging on for dear life here. As Moxley is bringing his A game. Drake Younger Moxley imploring Younger to plead to the fans, and Drake Younger has an answer for him there as we got an exchange. Moxley going for a pile driver, he cradles it, cradle pile driver, and Younger could be done. We could have a new champion.
2,
And a kick out. Somehow Drake Younger is able to kick out. And Moxley doesn't know what he's going to have to do to put away Drake Younger. As for months, he's thrown everything he has.